We also had a chance. I'm gonna let you talk about this because you were actually we added you late to this. We had a chance to play Square Enix's Bravely Default.
Sure,
you Switch 2.
Yeah. So we got to touch, feel, embrace the Joy-Cons for the Switch 2.
I tried to gently kiss it, but they smacked it out of my hand.
Yeah, well, we warned you before you went in.
Yeah.
So the Bravely Default Remastered, right? That's what it's officially called.
Yep.
It's got a subtitle too, something about fairies, doesn't it?
Yeah, probably. So it's a long. I think right now it's just Switch 2.
Just Switch 2.
Right. And so, they had a little bit of the game. It looks like a 3DS game that they've remastered.
Yeah.
You
can see a little more detail on
right. Yeah. The sprites are better aliased, basically.
I think the game looks good.
Yeah, it looks
just like it, but it's very stylized. So
it looks like Bravely Default, except no Jaggies.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
But then they also added in. They were like, quick, it's coming out on the Switch 2. What do we do? So they made a couple of Switch 2 specific mini games, which were not possible on previous hardware. So this one,
I don't know what the second mini game was.
So the second mini game is
cool,
you are operating the flyer, the
airship,
that you get in Bravely Default, and then basically the people in the back are like, quick, I want this, and then you have to do the thing with the controls to get them what they want, while also steering the ship.
Yeah.
To go to the destination.
Okay.
They're very silly mini games.
Yeah.
The other one is a rhythm game.
Yeah.
Where you basically you control in your right hand and your left hand just two hands on screen.
Yeah.
And you are at an Idol concert, and
glow sticks and all, baby.
Yes, you literally at one point have the glow sticks, and so for most of the notes, you just have to create a line where, as the notes come into focus, the line cross section goes across them.
Yeah, and the tighter you are on
fully in mouse mode, right?
Yeah, this is all fully. This is fully Switch 2 mouse mode.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it the closer?
The tighter you in on it, it's the better you're. Yeah.
I didn't pick that up. She didn't.
Yeah. No, she didn't say that. I figured that out. I was like, wait, I wonder, and if you got it right on the edges, it was perfect. You know?
I wish I knew that.
Yeah.
I mean, let me tell you, the scoring is very generous because I got an S, and I was like, that was shit.
What? That's what S stands for.
That's S for shit. And then I don't know what SSS is for.
Super stinky
shit.
Yeah.
No, it is cool.
But yeah, and so there's you
hit
the note that way.
There was the line that you had to get
closer.
So you have to bring your hands together, and that's so that you can wave your glow sticks to the beat.
Yeah.
And then the last one was an individual circle where you have to
hold down what would be the mouse button.
You have to click.
In that circle for that side.
Yeah.
The problem is that it moves like a mouse would.
Yeah.
Just
the problem isn't the game.
Yeah.
Which is funny to say.
It just moves.
It's the mouse.
It just moves really delayed.
Yeah.
Kind of slow.
Yeah. There's a level of jank with the mouse, and it's hard to know.
We don't know if it's a developer unit that we have that they're using.
We are not allowed to look at the Switch 2 itself.
Yeah.
In fact, it's hidden from view.
It is.
But yeah, obviously
we don't.
I'm going to assume that the Joy-Cons are full production.
You can put yes. They seem like it.
I also we're playing it on a brown tablecloth.
Like it.
On a brown.
You don't think so? They had no color.
They had no color.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, they didn't have the red or blue.
Yeah, because
orange or cyan.
Yeah,
we were talking about the demo afterwards because I didn't go with you guys, but from the sounds of it, it sounds like that. Well, the Switch 1 had the issue where if you put stuff between you and the Switch, Joy-Cons don't work that well.
That's true because the Joy-Cons are still working on Bluetooth.
Yeah. So there's that. The other thing is you were saying that you guys were playing on a tablecloth.
Yeah, it's like a brown,
the best way for an optical mouse to work ever.
Yeah, because
they also had us holding down.
It's just uncomfortable. So imagine I'm sitting here, it's like this. You're
Yeah.
This is our thumbnail, by the way.
Yeah. Taylor is like he's.
It was just it was not comfortable.
Yeah.
But I don't know. If that's how it comes out in production, people are going to be like, "Yeah, they included mini games. They're not very good."
Yeah,
That's how it will
Like
be.
no part of me.
I'm hoping that that's not.
I don't think it's the mini game. I think it's the actual controller. So
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, because hardware wise, because this is the first time I'd ever managed to see a Joy-Con in person, or in one of the new ones for Switch 2.
Yeah.
But it's literally just an optical mouse sensor.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
some motion built into it. They're using the
right.
Yeah,
You got to tell them.
Yeah.
But realistically, pulling on an optical mouse is like as the oldest tech that they probably have in the system, right? They should not be using accelerometers or anything to move that stuff around.
Sure.
If they are, that's insane. You have an optical mouse. You've got the polling data. Just do that. Without going deep into the weeds, it's impossible to know.
You don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine playing Metroid Prime with the way that plays.
Right.
Luckily,
That certainly gets the wheels turning about the hypotheticals of is it this, is it that?
Yeah.
And
If that's how it is, it's going to be miserable. But I have faith, I guess.
Yeah, well,
I'm hoping.
We've seen a lot of reactions coming out of those Nintendo sessions.
Yeah,
too,
a lot of them
no one's complained about
right.
the mouse.
Yeah,
right.
I think we
because
just
Metroid has been playing
1080p
120 form. Like they have that at these events, playing in mouse mode, and people haven't complained about it. They've been praised it.
So they either found like the biggest jokers of all time, or
we saw Brandon.
But also like the just visually the game actually looked it looked like the 3DS game.
Yeah,
just high res.
Just high res.
I mean,
I really wish we could have seen what that's running on hardware.
Yeah,
because it always feels a little like, we're not allowed to see like
what's
behind the curtain on this, because like we know that the dock and all this stuff. But,
their Joy-Con 2 Bluetooth to a PC or something, and that's why it's like
some sort of
weird
weird
imagine.
Yeah,
I'm going to surmise that it wasn't the actual Switch 2, and I'm going to tell you why. Because to get to the mini games, she had to go under the curtain.
Really?
To switch to the game to the mini games.
We're playing on a dev kit.
We're playing in a dev kit, which that's why I'm like, I don't know what. So
there's too many guesses.
Too many guesses.
Keep behind the curtain. That's probably also why they weren't letting content creators touch it. Had to have a media badge.
I'll tell you what. There's very few times where I'm like since the coalescing of content creators and media into PAX, which I guess was like ever since that I started coming again, because the last time before that was like 2015, when content creators were not a thing. Not really a thing. It was like literally since returning, it was the first time where I was like, content creators, I need you to stay back there.
It's kind of,
and I was like,
kind of interesting.
Well, it's because they know full well that there's going to be some things that they just won't understand.
That's why I'm like, I think about this, in the way that
we're able to break it down a way that they wouldn't be able to.
And also leave it open, like, hey, this may literally just be the what we're looking at, the dev kit style thing. So